Hello, I'm Janet Rossant, President and Scientific Director of the Gairdner Foundation. I'm excited to be with you today to announce the recipients of the 2023 Canada Gairdner Awards, given to scientists whose outstanding research contributions are helping us understand human biology and human health with impact around the world. Before we begin, I wish to acknowledge the land on which the Gairdner Foundation operates in Toronto, Canada. For thousands of years, it's been the traditional land of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and continues to be home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people from across Turtle Island. We're grateful to work together on this land. As we know many of you are joining us from beyond Toronto and even beyond Canada, we encourage you to learn more about the land on which you live, work, and play at nativeland.ca. The Gairdner Foundation began as the vision of Canadian philanthropist Jim Gairdner in 1957 to recognize and reward researchers around the world whose work has changed our understanding of biology and human health. The awards have grown in international prestige over the years, and with further investment from the Government of Canada, continue to be an iconic emblem of Canada's position on the world stage. Over more than 6 decades, the Gairdner Foundation has awarded 410 scientists from more than 40 countries for their incredible work, 96 of whom have gone on to win a Nobel Prize. Annually, 5 Canada Gairdner International Awards are given for biomedical research, along with the John Dirks Canada Gairdner Global Health Award, which is given for impact on global health issues. But this year is particularly special as we're delighted to introduce an entirely new award, the Canada Gairdner Momentum Award. 2 Momentum Awards are reserved for mid-career Canadian researchers with exceptional scientific contributions that impact human health. I encourage you all to please share the news on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn using #Gairdner Awards and tagging us at Gairdner Awards. We pride ourselves on the caliber of our laureates, who are selected through a rigorous multi-level adjudication process, which involves leading scientists from all corners of the globe. I'd like to thank the members of our Medical Review Panel, Medical Advisory Board, the Global Health and the Momentum Award adjudication committees for their hard work in selecting this year's outstanding cohort. The Gairdner Foundation would also like to thank our presenting sponsor for today's announcement, Power Corporation of Canada, for their generous support. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our partners. Gairdner is supported nationally by the Government of Canada and the Canadian Institutes of Health Research. Their partnership is essential for bringing our laureates to Canada, with associated programming across the country, providing students, trainees, faculty members, and the public access to the groundbreaking science that is changing the world. The Gairdner Foundation is also supported by our media partner, the Globe and Mail, who helps us share the work of our laureates with the public. Now, without further ado, it's time to announce our 2023 laureates, beginning with the Canada Gairdner International Awards. These awards recognize outstanding biomedical researchers whose seminal discoveries have significantly increased our understanding of human biology and disease. The first 2023 Canada Gairdner International Award laureates are Drs. Bonnie Bassler, Peter Greenberg, and Michael Silverman. Together, they are awarded for their discoveries of how bacteria communicate with each other and surrounding non-bacterial cells, providing a new paradigm for how microbes behave and yielding novel avenues for therapeutics against infectious diseases.
Bacteria are everywhere, in our bodies and the world around us. Scientists have long known that these primitive single-celled organisms are critical to human health and disease, but no one imagined that bacteria could talk. Until Drs. Bassler, Greenberg, and Silverman. They transformed the field of microbiology, focusing on bacterial communication, a process now called quorum sensing. In the 1970s, a bacterium called Vibrio fischeri was discovered to release a chemical that stimulated collective luminescence when the cells were in a group, but not when the cells were alone. A decade later, Dr. Silverman devised innovative genetic strategies to identify the first quorum sensing circuits, laying the foundation for thousands more. Dr. Greenberg showed that other bacteria, not just Vibrio fischeri, can communicate with each other, laying out the general mechanisms in detail. This work illustrated the importance of cell-to-cell communication in biofilm formation, the ability of bacteria to live in communities adhere to surfaces. Dr. Bassler discovered that communication is not the exception, but the rule in the bacterial world. Many chemical words are involved in this communication, and disrupting the process halts bacterial virulence. Bassler showed that bacteria can communicate across species, with viruses, and with cells from higher organisms, including human cells. Together, these discoveries revolutionized how we understand the microbial world and the relationship between bacteria, human health, and disease. These scientists' contributions paved the way for groundbreaking solutions to pressing problems in health and the environment.
Congratulations to Drs. Bassler, Greenberg and Silverman. The final Canada Gairdner International Awards of 2023 go to Drs. Demis Hassabis and John Jumper. They are awarded for developing AlphaFold, which has been heralded as an artificial intelligence-based solution to the 50-year-old grand challenge of protein structure prediction. It's culminated in the release of the most accurate and complete picture of the structure of the human proteome, with enormous potential to accelerate biological and medical research.
This is a protein, an essential building block of life. Knowing a protein's unique 3D structure is a vital part of understanding its function. We know of over 200 million proteins, but we only know the exact 3D shapes of a fraction of these. It typically takes years of human labor and many thousands of dollars to determine the structure of a single protein. But an artificial intelligence system called AlphaFold has learned to predict a protein's shape to atomic accuracy in just minutes. AlphaFold was developed by Demis Hassabis and John Jumper with their team at DeepMind, and they've made it freely available to the scientific community. The impact has already been immense. For example, AlphaFold is helping scientists engineer plastic-eating enzymes to tackle plastic pollution, improve crop sustainability in the face of climate change, and understand disease and develop new targeted drugs faster than ever before. And this is only the beginning. With the potential to advance progress in every field of biology, AlphaFold is demonstrating the power of AI to dramatically accelerate scientific discovery in the fundamental fields that explain and shape our world.
Congratulations to Drs. Hassabis and Jumper. Next, I'd like to announce our 2023 John Dirks Canada Gairdner Global Health Award. This award is given to a scientist whose advances have had a significant impact on the health and well-being of those facing health inequities worldwide. The 2023 John Dirks Canada Gairdner Global Health Award laureate is Dr. Jose Belizan. He is awarded for the development of innovative, evidence-based, and low-cost global interventions in maternal and child health during the perinatal period that improve well-being and care during pregnancy, reduce morbidity and mortality, and promote equity in vulnerable populations.
Dr. Jose Belizan is a visionary in maternal and child health research. From cutting-edge clinical studies to observations from his own practice. Belizan noticed that during pregnancy, Guatemalan Mayan women had remarkably low risk of developing hypertension. He hypothesized this could be linked to their high calcium diet, and through multiple studies, he confirmed this. This discovery has been transformative for billions of people in the world without adequate calcium intake. Belizan's relentless dedication to improving maternal and childbirth outcomes has led to numerous landmark interventions, including the reduction of unnecessary cesarean sections and routine episiotomies worldwide. His evidence-based, low-cost interventions have had a profound impact on maternal and child health, both in Latin America and globally. Over his 50-year career, Belizan's influence extends far beyond his own research. inspiring a new generation of researchers and leading the charge for more equitable societies.
Congratulations to Dr. Bellesan. Finally, I'm delighted to announce the inaugural laureates of our newest award, the 2023 Canada Gairdner Momentum Awards. These awards are given to mid-career investigators in Canada who in their previous 6 active years have produced exceptional scientific research contributions with continued potential for impact on human health. The first 2023 Canada Gairdner Momentum Award laureate is Dr. Gairdner. She is awarded for advancing the molecular and genomic understanding of brain tumors, leading to better ways of discriminating and classifying brain tumor subtypes, with potential to transform the clinical management of the disease.
When you discover you have a brain tumor, the news sets off a race against time. Invasive biopsies and diagnoses to discover how serious, how cancerous, and even how long you have. For those suffering from benign meningiomas, the most common type, their location at the brainstem can make them severely disabling and even life-threatening. Yet, they remain vastly under-researched. Dr. Gairdner is a neurosurgeon and scientist dedicated to treating patients and advancing the treatment, diagnosis, and perception of these tumors through her research. She created the International Consortium on Meningiomas, spearheading an integrated multi-platform molecular analysis of the most aggressive tumors, discovering prognosis predictors and potentially life-saving treatments. Working with Dr. De Carvalho at the Princess Margaret Cancer Center, Dr. Zadeh categorized biomarkers in blood. Thanks to her research, deadly tumors may soon be diagnosed, not by invasive biopsies, but by simple blood tests. Her dedication to understanding brain tumors has already had a huge impact for countless patients and will improve outcomes for many more to come.
Congratulations to Dr. Zadeh. The second 2023 Canada Gairdner Momentum Award is given to Dr. Christopher Musquash. He is awarded for Indigenous-led mental health and substance use research that leads to culturally and contextually appropriate services for Indigenous children, adolescents, and adults. His high-caliber work has improved the lives of many Indigenous communities and influenced national mental health and addiction policies by bringing together Western and Indigenous methodologies.
Indigenous peoples in Canada face major barriers in accessing healthcare, especially when it comes to mental health. And Dr. Christopher Musquash has dedicated his career to changing this. The Anishinaabe clinical psychologist and researcher provides assessment, intervention, and consultation services to children, adolescents, and adults in his community of northwestern Ontario. He also conducts research on mental health and addiction, using evidence-based practices that align with First Nations values. This often means getting out of the lab to hear from as many people as possible. From measuring community outcomes to integrating culture-based interventions, Musquash believes in sharing knowledge among Indigenous and academic communities, clinicians, and policymakers. Dr. Musquash's emphasis on the unique contexts and issues experienced by Indigenous communities has had a profound impact, influencing policy around mental health and addiction, and improving the systems and services that make a difference in people's lives.
Congratulations to Dr. Musquash. As president here at the Gairdner Foundation, I'm thrilled to welcome these 8 phenomenal individuals into the Gairdner family, a distinguished group of researchers at the helm of many of the world's most significant advances in health-related science. A large part of Gairdner's core mandate is inspiring the next generation of researchers through our Pan-Canadian outreach program. Over the course of 2023, Gairdner will send our laureates in person across the country to share their science and their stories with faculty members, trainees, students and the public. Please check out gairdner.org for a full listing of all our outreach events. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletter to get updated information on everything Gairdner. Congratulations again to our 2023 Canada Gairdner Award laureates, and thank you for joining us today. I now invite you to join us for a live conversation with some of this year's laureates, where you will have a chance to ask them questions or share your congratulations.